Hi everybody. I will you I will tell you about task lists, i.e. subtabs found in Ecdis. First, instead of opening and closing tabs one by one when using it, you can open and use all the tabs directly here. Or you can just open whatever tab you have a job with. In this video, I will show parts other than route planning and maps. You can watch them from the passage plan video. Main is our home screen. Is our home screen where our ship, our map is seen. Dual, if we want to focus on our ship and look somewhere on the map at the same time, we can use this dual screen. The right screen remains focused on our ship, and on the left screen we can navigate as we want. Eyes, we can update our eyes and we can write our destination here. We can send a message. The ice has written checks, so we can send a message to other ships and ask them if they got our message. If IMO special message or safety message have arrived, we can also see them here. Config. In this part, we can change the adjustments we make in Ecdis. For example, we can change our image from here. Now we use metallic. We can make plastic if we want it. Or we can change it as we want. Here we can make these adjustments from here. No matter how often the ship goes back and leaves our mark. If we are going to make adjustments to radar, we can do boredom. We can adjust the time zone from here. We have information about the license. We can switch units in our ship. And in our ship setting, we can see where our antenna is from here. We can see the route settings from here. From here, we can also configure, we can also enter a value on each leg of the route for XTD separately. This information is more fully available in the passage planning video. This part is like this. Logbook. Here is our map, the navigation, the warnings we receive everything is recorded here. Our actions are also recorded here. They are automatically saved here, but we can also add something here manually if we want. I mean, we can think of it as an electronic version of the diary that we keep on board. It's a journal that records every move we make, which we can't interfere with. By intervention, I mean, for example, you throw a position on paper maps, although throwing a backward position is wrong. When the paper map can be thrown, this is not possible here. The system is recording automatically. You can see the information about archive, system log, etc. You can see here. Manual correction. We perform manual corrections here. Normally, Ecdis can automatically make corrections from there if it's connected to Navtex. If it does not, or if we need to correct it manually, we can do this from this panel. For example, when you pass here, the VTS radio warn you about something, any correction is made, you can add it here. For example, with a float added. If you need to set the time, you can set the start and end times. You can write down the info section. You can also delete, etc. You can do everything about it from here. Monitoring. In this section, we perform our road monitoring settings related to Ecdis here. We can turn it on and off from here. Whether the headline appears or not, whether the course overground vector appears or not, we can turn it on and off again from here. We can make these adjustments from here again. We will set our safety alarms from here. There is something we call safety frame. It's also used as look ahead. This works as follows. Our ship, according to parameters such as safety contour, safety depth, etc. If something enters the following area that requires warning, the system gives us an automatic warning. For example, if we made safety contour 8 meters, the system warns when there is a depth below 8 meters. For example, if I say give a warning without entering the burden traffic separation zone, it gives a warning without entering it. How many minutes forward from here? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, etc. How many miles to starboard and port you can adjust. You need to adjust this data according to your speed or course area. If you enter value like 20 minutes ahead in a place like Singapore and you are a fast calculations, we need to enter the values of the parameters. Fast, but it will cause you trouble. It will give you a warning on every turn. From here, we adjust our values such as shallow contour, safety depth. After completing the necessary calculations, we need to enter the values of the parameters. The safety contour and safety depth values are the same because the calculations are the same. The difference between them is that the value of safety contour points to as safety contour. For example, when we enter the value of 8 meters, contour values are values such as 5, 10, 15. So whatever the nearest value is, it is round it up and show it. So this example will show 10 meters. It shows the 10 meter contour as a safety place for us. 6 of the 10 meter is unsafe, and the top of the 10 meter is a navigable area. Safety depth works as follows. In some cases, especially, for example, according to the region where our ship will cruise, if our ship is VLCC, the draft can be 20 meters or 22 meters. When squats and other factors are added to it, very serious figures appear. Now in this example, when we enter a safety contour value of 28 meters here, it marks 30 meters if it has a contour of 30 meters. If it's not 30 meters, it can point directly to 50 meters. In such a case, Ecdis show you as a place where you can't cruise directly below 50 meters and can cause confusion. In such cases, we take the safety contour value as a sub-value. We manually determine the no-go areas on the map ourselves, so that the safety depth remains the same, and safety depth helps us determine that. Safety depth also works. We entered the value by 8 meters, for example, making depth below 8 8 meters more pronounced. There are areas on the right. We can choose what alarm we want Ecdis to give, because opening them all will cause us to miss important warnings. We need to determine these areas according to the region we will cruise and open them in this way. In the same way, there are navigational alerts. We can install our route monitoring alarms on the radar from here. Navtex. We can see our message from Navtex here. And delete. Sensors. We can adjust sensors in our ship's position from here. He is taking the ship's position from DGPS1 right now, and if it was DGPS2, we would make it primary, secondary, for example. When one of the GPS malfunctions, we can get it to use the other from here. Heading show, gyro or magnetic show, and so on. We are setting it up here. We can adjust it from speed D-log 1 or D-log 2, D-log 1 or D-log 2. Here we can change the setting related to Cassandra again. Okay. In the target section, we can also see ice data from here. You can follow all the information from here, the surrounding targets, CPA, TCPA, etc. We can set our alarm from here. Our alarm is now 2 miles and 12 minutes. If you want to change the alarm manually, you can change it here. From here, we can select the sorting from as sort by CPA, sort by TCPA. In our task section, we can see the tide etc parts. From here we can see the tide information about the port we are going to. For example, if we are going to pass through a shallow channel, we can enter it here. When calculating safety contour and depth values, you can also enter our table by looking at the calculations that you will make about tides from here and calculate directly from there. Thank you.